Hey, 2022 Bassmaster High School Combine Anglers. I have special guests today with me. I have Coach Jeremy Martin, who is the advisor, and then I also have Benson Dowler, who's the director of sponsor relations from the University of North Alabama, and they're going to help educate you on your, choice of for UNA, and also just to fill you in on a little bit of combine. So, Jeremy and Benson, I want to thank you guys for the combine interview.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Of course.
So, let's start off, Coach. One of the, tell me a little bit about Jeremy Martin and your role and what you do.
Perfect. So, at the university, I am a staff member at the university. Then I also am our advisor for our fishing team for the last 4 or 5 years. And so Benson was our past president. Now he's our director of our sponsor relation. And we probably talked at least 5 to 6 times a week while they were traveling. I help facilitate communications between our bass team and the university to help make sure that we have everything run smoothly. If they have any issues, they contact me and we get it sorted out with the university. They do a lot of traveling. They do a lot of fishing. So I'm here to help navigate that with them in their courses in the university.
Okay. So, Benson, you're the director of sponsor relations, but you also served as past president. So, what can you add to Jeremy on what you do and how UNA operates?
Yeah, so I guess the best way to describe our team is it's a student run, angler run. So whatever an angler wants to do as far as say they have an idea or a way to make the team better. When we meet, every member has the same pull as say me whenever I was president or our president now. It's kind of a like I said, it's team run. So Jeremy helps as far as, making sure our court, we're doing our classwork, making sure, we're going to class when we're here. And then as far as, when we're traveling, he makes sure that, our professors are good or good with us leaving, being gone for a week or 2 weeks or whatever, which happens more than you would think. But that's as far as Jeremy's side of it, he's awesome, and that's how we get everything that we do have.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
and really highlight what Benson said there. It is student driven here. So our anglers come here to fish, and the university is very willing to work with them in their courses and how much classes they have to miss. So.
Okay. Well, perfect. Coach Martin, let me ask you this question. I know you just signed some back in February, signed some guys from Sailor, Tennessee, the great fishing team up there. One of the first questions anglers are probably going to ask you at the combine is how many vacancies do you have on the UNA line team?
Yeah. So, and the great thing about our team is you can come in and fish as a freshman. We will send as many anglers as we can within reason to a tournament. And Benson could speak more to about this in a minute. But if you have everything squared away, you're considered in good standing with the university, you've qualified for the tournament, or you can make the tournament, we'll allow you to fish. So we don't have a certain set amount of roster spots. We are a club sport. So we will absolutely let anybody here at the university fish, but we also do go out and recruit some of those top anglers as well.
Yeah. So to take over what he just said. Whenever I first came in as a freshman, my first month in, I saw where the tournaments were going, and I decided I wanted to fish every single thing I could. So my freshman year, as well as everybody else that's on the team, everybody goes to everything, and you just kind of make your way with the team and go about it that way. As far as vacancies, like Jeremy said, we can take whoever. If you want to come in and you want to fish, anybody reaching out, we tell them the same thing. We say, come to school. The school's great. The team is awesome. We have really good chemistry. So as far as vacancies goes, we have a full opening.
Okay. So, I personally have invested in my kids' educations. I have like 3 kids and all have gone to UNA. So Coach Martin, kind of tell me what UNA has to offer these anglers.
Yeah, so UNA, we just transitioned to Division 1 in athletics, and so that brings a lot of enhanced features and other things like that. So it's a smaller school, so they have that individual relationship with their professors. We have those smaller class sizes where they can have that personal relationship with their professors and get the attention they need. We have a great support service systems across campus. Student affairs, our newly formed division of diversity, equity, and inclusion. We are a student-driven university and student-focused, and we really want our students to succeed. And we kind of here give them the tools that they need to be successful. Okay, but it's up to them to utilize those tools. We have a great success center. We have great counseling services, health center, the women's center, Mitchell West Center for Social Inclusion. Our library is tremendous, and all of our programs from our Anderson College of Nursing, our honors college, our co-ed business school, they are always up and growing. We are one of the fastest, actually, we are the fastest growing university in Alabama currently.
Yeah, and then like I said, I mean, I've had kids that are alumni there, and it's great facilities, and I can't speak highly enough about the academics.
Yeah,
So,
and Bishop Alexander, our director of alumni relations, he does a great job of reaching out to our alumni and bringing our alumni back and keeping them in touch with the university as well.
absolutely. So let's uncover your program. Specifically, freshmen want to know, am I going to be able to fish? How does a coach operate that fishing program? So if you can kind of share any details that you would like for those anglers.
Well, I'm going to defer to Benson on this one because, like I said, it is a student-driven program. So really, my role here, again, is to facilitate and for them to reach out to me when they have a need or they have an issue. We adhere to our bylaws. We've created our bylaws, and we continue to update our bylaws for our anglers. But really, it's student-driven. So I'm going to defer to him on this one.
So yeah, so I guess probably the best way to word it is, like I said before, and like we've harped on, and it is a really big deal. And people, that's why we keep bringing it up about the student run side of it. You make your own luck here. I mean, you can go off and do whatever you want as far as the fishing industry, as far as, everything goes. I mean, we've, in the past, we've been, 2-time school of the year. We've won national championships. We've sent people to the Bassmaster bracket. We've done all of that. And that's not based on, a mega team. That's based on the team as a group and then building personal strengths throughout Bassmaster, all the other organizations. So as far as, fishability and all of that, like I said, they can make their own luck. And that's what I tell all the freshmen that, there for a while, I was doing a lot of the recruiting for the team, as well as Jeremy and some of the other guys. So every time I talk to them, I say, you have, it's in front of you, whatever you want, it's all in front of you. So you just have to come, make relationships with, the school. And it's very easy with Jeremy being here. You can make very good relationships throughout the school, straight through Jeremy. But the team itself, it's very easy to make relationships. And that's the same way with a lot of other schools. But I enjoy it here because of, small classrooms, all that. You get to meet people around the team very easily. So that's what I tell incoming freshmen or people, that are sophomores, juniors, seniors. I tell them all the same thing. So
yeah, and let's say, to piggyback off what Benson was saying, you're an incoming freshman, or we're also seeing an increase in transfer students. Okay, and you meet, typically I'll meet with them or their family. A lot of them meet with our anglers as well. And they ask some of these questions that you're asking, like how many open roster spots do you have? Our roster is wide open. Okay, you can come in here and fish from day one. The only requirements is you have to come to our initial meeting to sign up to be part of our club. And then you pay your dues. They sit down, they look at the schedule for the year. Some of them already come in and they know who their partner is. Some of them match up and partner up at those meetings based on how much they want to fish, their needs, and how well they get along with other anglers. And then they go out and they'll fish, from as few as 1 to 2 tournaments, or they will fish completely every tournament that they can fish because of their class schedules allows them to. We've had a lot more classes offered online, so that's helped our anglers be a lot more flexible in their schedule and a lot easier for them to travel to these events. We've traveled all over. We've traveled up to Michigan. We've traveled over to the Carolinas, down to Florida, out to Texas. I think we also went up to Minnesota, didn't we?
Yeah, we went to Minnesota.
Yeah, up to Minnesota. So, I mean, we travel all over the university or all over the US and we'll fish as many tournaments as we can.
Okay, Coach. So let me ask you this, Coach. There's a lot of anglers want to know what character traits can they, anglers display during the combine or leadership skills that you are looking for to bring on to your team.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest things that we look for as the university is we got to look at academics. Okay, we want to also make sure that they are dedicated and driven. We also want to make sure that there's no really character issues because they're traveling hours away, usually with another angler. So we want to make sure that we don't have any character concerns and they're dedicated. They're loyal to their team, and really the biggest thing that I look for, and then I'm gonna let Benson jump in here, is kind of how they interact with the team. I know last year we did, for the first time, we kind of did a recruiting day here at the university where we had 10 to 15 anglers come to the university. We met with them, met with their family, just to kind of see how they fit with the team. So
yeah, and to jump off of that too, one of the biggest character traits that I look for, and I know a couple of the other officers on the team look for, is just somebody who's determined, somebody who's going to go out and like I said before, make their own luck. Somebody who is very open about working with other people and not being so stubborn in their own ways, because I'm guilty of it. I know a bunch of other people that are. So it's a lot of working together. And I think that's one of the biggest things I've learned from fishing here is, have an open mind about something. Don't go out there and have one thing in your head and then do that the entire time, and that goes with everything. That's not just with fishing. I've learned that in life. So, that's a big characteristic, trait that I look for in somebody. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and these skills that they're learning as well, on the water, they can transition in the classroom. Like Benson said, it's a lot of hard work and dedication. I know that they'll meet at times as a team to go over information for upcoming tournaments so that they can hopefully be as successful as possible.
Okay, Coach. So let me ask you this, Coach. When anglers are at the 2022 Bassmaster High School Combine, what advice would you give to those anglers who are interviewing with you or any other coaches?
Choose UNA first, because we are a great university. But honestly, I'm not here to sell UNA. UNA is going to sell itself. Our anglers are going to sell UNA. That's why they came here to fish. We are right in the middle of, a great location to bass fish. But realistically, I think they have to sit down and they have to see what university best fits their needs. Okay. If you want to come in and fish as a freshman, look at what universities are going to give you those opportunities. I would make sure that you ask the tough questions to the coaches and to the universities so that you can get direct answers. If you want to come in and fish as a freshman, ask, hey, can I come in and fish as a freshman? What is the possibility of me coming in and fishing as a freshman? If they only have one roster spot available and they're bringing 30 anglers in, what's the likelihood of you being able to come in and fish as a freshman? So ask some of those hard questions, ask some of those financial questions, ask about reimbursements and how the university funds their teams.
Okay, Coach. So I'm going to, close this out. I'm just going to give you the platform to each of you to cover anything that you would like to talk about that maybe we didn't discuss.
Yeah, I think I'm going to defer a lot to Benson here. We have a great group of anglers. We are always nationally ranked. We consistently stay in the top 10 of the nation. If we fall outside that, it's the top 15, but we are typically ranked in the top 10 of the nation. The university is very bass friendly and willing to work with our bass team. We are very reasonably priced here at that university, and the university is very supportive to our anglers.
Okay.
Yeah, and a couple things come to mind since we've been talking. One of the biggest questions that I get from high school anglers is, I don't have a boat. How do I go? I fished high school for 3 years, but I use my partner's boat, or stuff like that. Here we have, when you get here, everybody gets classified as boater or non-boater. And that way you kind of know how, who is who, and nobody gets, brought down or anything because of that. We just know, he has a boat, he doesn't, they both need a partner. Let's put them together. And then that's how a lot of friendships are made. And a lot of stuff like that is kind of created. And I've seen it multiple times over the past 4 years that I've been here. Another thing too is, which is a big thing is, like Jeremy said before, our reimbursement program. Not a lot of people really understand how much money it goes into, especially now with gas prices the way they are and with everything going on. I mean, it's a lot of money that you're having to put forward. Luckily here we have, I've talked to some of the other schools and tried to figure out the best way to kind of do reimbursement. Our reimbursement is everything you spend besides food and tackle is paid for. So gas, oil, housing, all of that is paid for. It's the bulk of your price that you're going to spend. Like, bulk of the money you're spending is going to be reimbursed back to you through the school. How, depending on how everything works out with my job now doing sponsors and bringing the team money, that's where the team ran comes in the most. So that is probably the biggest upside as far as from my point of view, why to come to UNA is going to everything, and as well as getting paid back for everything. So that's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, and I would say we have a top-notch education system here at the university. They'll walk out with a accredited university, a tremendous degree that holds weight when they leave here. But they also will walk out with friendships that they'll forge for a lifetime on this fishing team. And people know the University of North Alabama's bass fishing team. So that name holds weight.
That's awesome. Coach Martin and Benson, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you guys filling in these combine anglers on UNA. And I want to wish the UNA Lions team a great successful this upcoming season.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And we look forward to seeing you all at the combine.